Hockey fans, the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs are live and on the air. We are here live at Big Boy Arena, formerly Frazier's Hockey Land, and we are in the Rink 1, the big rink, the Big Boy Arena, and it is your Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. The first game is a play-in game between the Pioneer women's hockey team versus Livonia United. What's on the line is the winner gets to play University of Liggett here in this same rink on Saturday the 2nd at 10 a.m. This is here in Rink 1. The games will be in Rink 1 and Rink 3. If you're thinking about coming on down, it's a fantastic complex. There's a bar here in Rink 1, as well as some food right in the middle between all the different rinks. We will be your home for all of the games. We will be broadcasting them so you can find them on our social medias, on the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League social medias. We're hoping that it goes to their Twitter and Facebook, as well as, of course, arborbroadcasting.com. If you click the link up at the top, you can find the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League page. We have a separate feed for Division 1 and Division 2, but if there are two games going on at once, just look to the right and you'll see the other games there. These two teams, Pioneer is coming in 5-17 on the season, and Livonia is coming in as 9-12 on the season here. So we are about to start to get going as they're counting down. 2 minutes and 27 seconds counting down up on the big board as we're about to get things going. And then there will be a Division 2. These are two Division 1 teams playing. There will be two Division 2 teams playing the game right after this, scheduled at 8 o'clock, but we'll see how long that takes. But that will be versus the Northville Mustangs, 4-13, versus the 1-17 Troy United. The winner of that game at 8 o'clock will play Regina Lutheran North on Saturday at 12 p.m. here in Rink 1. So that is what's on the line. We'd love to see you out here. There are two games tonight. 8 games on this Saturday. There'll be 4 games the following Wednesday, and then the final 2 games will be at the USA Hockey Rink. It'll be in the Kiefer Rink, the Olympic one, as the boys' playoffs will be happening in the big USA Hockey Rink, but in the one that who is it? Detroit Catholic Central, I think, uses on a regular basis. That's the Kiefer Rink. That's where at 10 o'clock, I believe, will be the D1, and at 2 o'clock will be the D2 or vice versa, but those will be happening out there. So we'd love to see you out in Fraser. You can find all sorts of fun swag and gear. If you go to the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League site, just search MGHSHL, and you'll be able to find it out there and check out that site. Let's talk about the last 5 games for each of these different teams as I will flip over. Last 5 games for Pioneer, if we go back, if I can count properly, the Mid-Michigan Alliance played at Pioneer at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena and beat Pioneer 8-0. Then they played Washtenaw United. That was over at the Arctic Coliseum. We got to broadcast that one. That was a 6-3 win by Washtenaw United. Then they played Cransbrook Kingswood over at Vets. That was a 6-2 win by Cransbrook Kingswood. They came out here to play Regina Lutheran North. That at here at Big Boy. That was a 5-1 win by Regina. And then they played Huron Skyline, or Skyron, for the final game of the regular season. Skyron won that one 8-0. That's the last 5 games for that team. I don't have any, I don't see any particular stats on the individual players as we're about to get going. Livonia United here, their last 5 games. They had a win versus Mercy over at Eddie Egger 4-1. Then they fell to University of Liggett 8-0. That over at the McCain Ice Arena. Over at Eddie Egger, they beat Livonia United 4-1. They lost to Livonia United over at Eddie Egger again. That back on Sunday. That was 5-2. They beat the St. Clair Shores Lakers 5-1 back on the 22nd. And that is where we stand. We're getting ready. 15 minutes up on the clock. I believe we'll have the starting lamps and the national anthem coming up soon as both squads are getting lined up on the goal lines across the way. Pioneer is in their away jerseys, the purple jerseys with the white Ann Arbor logo on the front, numbers on the back and on the sleeves, and the dark helmets, as Livonia United is in their white jerseys with the white helmets, the black or the dark blue pants, and the red, white, and blue across. As we're being welcomed by the public address announcer across the way. Roberts being announced for Livonia. Howe skating out to the blue line, starting for Livonia. Gray skates out to the blue line, starting for Livonia. Breitbach, starting for Livonia, skates out to the blue line. And Knapp, your other starter, skating out. And then skating out is Penny, who is the goalkeeper for Livonia. Zoe Adrianopoulos skating out for Ann Arbor, starting at the defense. As Evie Portinga skates out to the blue line. Shikachi skates out to the blue line for Pioneer. Flynn starting for Pioneer, skates out to the blue line. As also skating out is Hebben. And between the pipes is Weiwei Portinga. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. As we're ready to go with some women's high school hockey. Pioneer versus Livonia United for the chance to play University Liggett on Saturday, 10 a.m. here at Rink 1. Again, this is a nice rink inside of here. You actually have real seats as opposed to benches to sit on, and it's fantastic. We've gotten to broadcast from this facility a number of times. We've always been in kind of some of the smaller rinks, so we're privileged to be here. This is the home of the Rockers, so Motor City Rockers play here, as well as the Gamblers. So you see the Motor City Rockers logo right at center. Livonia United gathered around their goal to the left. They're all gathered around Penny. Pioneers gathered around their coaching staff to the right, as Pioneer has their fantastic banners for all of the seniors there right in front of their bench as we're getting ready to go. 15 minutes up on the board. I can't wait to get these playoffs started. If you haven't got a chance to come on down and watch some of these games, you have lots of opportunities. Today, Saturday, 8 games. The next Wednesday, 4 games. And then 2 games at USA Hockey Arena a week from Saturday. And we are underway. It's that scrap coming ahead with it. Flynn gains in the zone. Flynn through the slot on the far circle. Flynn with a shot and a save by Penny. 14:51 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Face-off will be to Penny's left in the far face-off circle. As that pulled around, Knapp winning the face-off. Here comes Livonia, racing down through center, coming into the zone is Breitbach. Breitbach has it back to the far point. Pioneer gets it back out into center ice. That's grabbed back there by Roberts. Roberts moves it. Now racing ahead with it is Howell. Howell fires it deep into the Pioneer zone. That off of the dasher, picked up back there by Evie Portinga. Evie Portinga fires it around the far boards. Here comes Flynn. Flynn gets it back into the neutral zone. That's raced back, picked up back there by Roberts. And moved in along the near boards. Now fired ahead by Howell, coming down the near side. Here comes Knapp into the zone. That knocked away into the near boards. Good job by good defense by Zoe Andrianopoulos as she feeds it around the boards. Poked right back, trying to pull it away. Knapp has it. Knapp underneath the near circle. Knapp feeds it right back in far circle, picking up. Right back, trying to get to it. That fed right back out to center by Pioneer. Gathered up there by Howell at her own blue line. Gets it over to Roberts. Roberts feeds it in the center. Pulled away by Grand. Grand gains the zone. Grand feeds it top of the far circle. That's loose over there, trying to pull it. Fired back by Heba. Now that puck loose and in along the far boards into the neutral zone. Fired back by Cundiff. That goes right back behind Penny into the near corner. Picked up there. Coming ahead with it is Howell down the near boards. Howell weaving through traffic. Howell over home blue line through center. Howell gains the zone. Howell outside the near circle. Now she stops. Centering attempt. That got knocked down. Good defense as that comes back to the near point. Picked up there as Stevens trying to get to it. That lifted ahead. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Pioneer with a shot, and that got deflected away. So I believe that was Edwards back there with it. Coming down the far boards. Here comes Livonia as they feed it back into the neutral zone. Cundiff puts it right back into Livonia end. Scoreless so far. 13:03 left to go here in the first. Puck outside the near circle. Livonia sends it all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Racing back to get it is Joff into the far corner. Joff has it in along the end boards. Joff stops, trying to avoid pressure by Livonia. That tipped loose puck outside the far circle. That poked back by Stevens. Back to the far point. Battle for it there as trying to keep it in. Here comes Pioneer racing ahead with it. Olivia Andrianopoulos has it top of the far circle with a shot, and it tipped and goes in as Penny tried to get the glove save, and it looked like she got a piece of it, but there was enough of it to go through, and Pioneer is now up 1-0. As we're battling internet a little bit here. And that was at the 12:35 mark. Pioneer goal, Olivia Andrianopoulos. By the way, we do have an audio feed going as well, as that should be out on the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League page on our website as well if we have any issues with our internet, as we're on a hotspot here. That pulled away. Livonia sending it ahead. Pioneer has the lead 1-0. That puck outside the near circle as that's pulled around. And loose, trying to bring it in back to the near point. as Knapp has it. That pulled back outside the near circle. Puck right through into the slot. That pulled away by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Picked up as that outside the far circle, trying to grab it. Pioneer lifts it all the way down. Grab coming down the near boards is Roberts. Roberts feeds it back deep into the near corner. Plucked up as Evie Portinga has it back behind her own goal. Banks it off of the far boards as that pulled back into center. Now racing ahead. Pioneer trying to get to it. Flynn has it. Pulled away the other direction by Henderson. That puck still up. Let's see if we can get that scoreboard going there, as it is 1-0 Pioneer with the lead here in the first. 11:25 left to go as Jof brings the puck over center, coming down the far boards. Jof gains his own, offsides the call. That will be brought outside of the Livonia zone. That'll be in the far face-off circle. As we'll see if we can get that up on the scoreboard, but it is 1-0 with 11:15 left to go as that puck goes all the way back into the Livonia zone underneath the near circle. Deflected off of the near boards and brought all the way back into the neutral zone. Jof has it coming down the far boards, trying to get it around Breitbach. That puck comes back outside the far circle. Livonia trying to bring it ahead as that was tipped away. Now racing ahead with, here comes Breitbach. Breitbach gains the zone. That knocked away along the far boards. Pioneer sends it all the way back deep. That was fired from the wrong side of center. So that is going to be icing and head all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's right away by Portinga. And puck loose in along the far boards, trying to fire it back deep. Trying to dig it out of there. Racing back to get it is Talamon. Comes back to the blue line. Livonia bringing it ahead. Racing in with it, bringing it in is Hammond. And puck whistled off sides. That'll come right back outside the Pioneer zone in the near face-off circle. As in to take the face-off is Knapp. As that comes in along the near boards. Howell trying to fire it back deep into the Pioneer zone. Pioneer up 1-0 here. 10:25 left to go in the first. Puck back behind, controlled by Livonia as they send it back out to the far point. And deflected, trying to get to it is Austin there. The puck right at the near point, trying to make it deep is Knapp. With a shot that deflects back behind. Trying to pull it back behind is Hammond. Hammond battling back there. Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to get to it as well. Now Knapp trying to pull it away. The puck comes top of the far circle. Pioneer feeds it out. Racing ahead with it one-on-one. Coming in is Flynn. Flynn outside the far circle. Flynn trying to get it on top of the far circle. Flynn with a wrister and a save as that comes all the way over. Penny got a piece of it. Back at the near point, shot there by Cundiff, deflects as that was knocked away by Penny. The puck comes outside the near circle, 9:40 left to go. All the way back into the neutral zone, fire back deep by Jof. Collected in along the far boards. Now working her way over is Austin. Austin banks it off the near boards. Picked up back. Holding it in is Pioneer as Shikachi has it top of the far circle. Austin poke checks it back to the far point, but that's a shot that deflects just to the far side of the goal. Battle for it back behind is Shikachi and Flynn trying to pull it away. Back there is Howell had it. Coming down the near board, that fired all the way back deep as that will be icing and head back into the Pioneer zone. 9:06 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead over Livonia United. Again, the winner plays University Liggett Saturday at 10 a.m. here in Rink 1, the Big Boy Arena. Olivia Andrianopoulos in to take the face-off. On the other side is Martin. That to the right of Penny. Puck comes into the near corner. Grand trying to fire it out in front. Olivia Andrianopoulos. Good save by Penny as that deflects in along the end boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos fires it through the slot. Wouldn't settle down for Edwards. Picked up and fed all the way out into the neutral zone. Pioneer resets. Jof has it at center ice. Jof trying to weave her way through traffic. Trying to knock that away. Over there was Manasala. The puck Right back deep into the Pioneer zone. Racing back to get it is Cundiff back behind her own goal. 8:35 left to go here in the first. Pioneer up 1-0. The puck banked off of the near boards. Shipley chases it back into the neutral zone. Here comes Pioneer. Grand feeds it ahead, trying to get to Olivia Andrianopoulos. That's pulled back by Stevens and covered up by Penny. 8:23 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Both teams get a line change. Face-off will be to the right of Penny in the near face-off circle. Looks like Shikachi in to take the face-off. On the other side is Knapp. That puck loose, chips top of the near circle. Evie Portinga with the shot. Good block by Gray. That loose in the slot. Pulled away. Shikachi trying to get it outside the far circle. Puts it back to the far point. But that all the way back into the neutral zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to feed it ahead. That grabbed by Roberts. Roberts deflects it back into the neutral zone. Breitbach trying to come down the far boards. And loose grabbed. Here comes Livonia United. Bringing it in is Manasala. Manasala through the slot. And tipped all the way back outside the far circle. Here comes Pioneer. Zoe Andrianopoulos gets it back into the neutral zone. Livonia United fires it right back in. Evie Portinga outside the near circle. Trying to get it away as that's brought deep by Gray. Puck right back behind the Pioneer goal. Fired ahead by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Then helped back into the neutral zone. Gathered up there by Howell. Howell moves it back to her own blue line. Now Roberts feeds it. That deflected. Racing back to try and get to it is Eben. Eben with a shot that just goes wide to the far side. The puck underneath the near circle picked up by Flynn. Flynn trying to take a shot that off the side and put in, and Pioneer scores as Shikachi got it. That was a shot from the far side by Flynn, and Shikachi put it in. Pioneer goes up 2-0. And at 7:16, Pioneer goal. Shikachi put it in, and it is 2-1 Pioneer here in the first. Puck in along the far boards. Edwards trying to chip it ahead. That race back, trying to chase it is Stevens. Comes all the way back behind Penny underneath the near circle. Puck gathered up, trying to feed it ahead was Manasala all the way back through the neutral zone. Gathered there, coming ahead with it is Cundiff, weaving through traffic. Knocked away as that puck in along the far board. Stevens with it. Stevens over center. Stevens gains the Pioneer zone. Stevens outside the far circle. Shot, a save by Weiwei Portinga. The puck back behind, trying to pull that away. Jof with it. Comes all the way back in along the far boards. Tipped and intercepted. Here comes Livonia. Backhanded shot as that was Stevens with the shot. Still loose. Deflected underneath the near circle. Stevens sends it back to the near point to Shipley. Shipley with the shot. That got deflected by Olivia Andrianopoulos in along the far boards. Picked up as Austin trying to fire it back deep. Loses an edge. That puck right at the blue line now slips back. Livonia will have to reset as they move it over in along the near boards to Stevens. Stevens trying to get it away. Grand trying to tip that back as the puck in along. Now brought into Livonia zone as that fired in along the far boards by Hammond. Now brought back into the neutral. There was collision right at the blue line, and that left back into Livonia. Here in the first, 2-0 Pioneer with the lead, and trying to dig it out. That brought in, racing deep as Hammond inside the near circle. The puck, high slot coming in. Austin with the blast there that just goes wide to the far side. A puck in along. Picked up, Pioneer has it in along the near boards. That's fed back into the neutral zone. Trying to bring it in was Manasala. Now picked up. Here comes Knapp. Knapp, high slot into the Pioneer zone. Knapp, there's a shot that goes over the crossbar underneath the far circle. Zoe Andrianopoulos with it back there. Zoe Andrianopoulos that moved all the way outside the near circle. Trying to dig it out of there. Puck, that slips back into the neutral zone. Livonia will have to touch up as Henderson has it in along the far board. She ricochets it back deep into the Pioneer zone, but that was from the wrong side of center. That will be icing and head back into the Livonia zone. 5:10 left to go here in the first, as it is Pioneer 2 and Livonia United nothing so far here from the Big Boy Arena in Fraser, as it is the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. We'd love to see you down here. Good crowd here. Lots of Livonia fans, lots of Pioneer fans. We appreciate them both. Not an easy drive from either spot. Shikachi trying to get to a top of the far circle. That lifted all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Racing back to get it is Jof. Jof has it in front of her own goal. Jof ricochets it off the far boards ahead. Trying to get to a battle at the blue line. That poked away from Hebben. Now Hebben brings it back in. Good job to knock it away back there by Henderson. The puck loose on the far circle. Grab. Now there's a shot off the side of the goal coming back behind. Trying to fire it out of the near circle. Trying to get it into the slot. That pulled away. Robert feeds it all the way down into the far corner. Picked up there by Henderson as Henderson gets it right back as that pulled back around and trying to get it in along the end boards. As again, we're fighting some Wi-Fi issues here. That puck lifted all the way back deep, and that will be icing. Continuing to battle a little bit with our puck in along the far boards. Now into the far corner. Lift it back in along the near boards. And trying to pull it away. Shot that deflected into the far corner. As that lifted all the way back deep in along the far boards of the neutral zone. Grabbing it. Graham backhands it as that'll go back to the far side of the goal. Knocked back there by Penny. Now puck outside the near circle. Brought ahead with it. Down the near boards. Hammond trying to fire it in. That deflects right in front of the scorer's box. Back into the Livonia zone. All the way back to grab it outside the far circle into the far corner. By the way, if we do have some connectivity issues, we will re-upload the broadcast probably tomorrow and have a clean version if you want to watch it after that even. Pulling it back behind. Cundiff gets it in along the near boards. That lifted Olivia Andrianopoulos. Backhanded deep coming in with it. Fired and just goes wide to the near side. Good attempt by Edwards. Picked up along the near boards. Gets it back up the center. Hammond trying to pull it off of the near boards. Hammond feeds it ahead. Hammond trying to fire it deep into the Pioneer zone. That knocked down, lifted into the Pioneer end. That is a whistle and a penalty upcoming at 2:51 as Olivia Andrianopoulos goes into the box for an illegal body check. So Livonia has the extra attacker for the next 2 minutes as Pioneer will be shorthanded. Pioneer has the lead 2-1. Livonia on the power play as winning the faceoff back and in along the boards. Knapp has it into the near corner. That held in at the near point. Battle for it outside the near circle. That slips all the way back deep into Livonia end. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go in the power play. 2:35 left to go in the first. Livonia brings it down the far boards as Roberts has it. Roberts, cross-ice pass, trying to move it over to Hammond. Hammond takes it on a bank off the boards. Hammond backhands it deep as that goes into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Joe has it back behind underneath the far circle. Joe trying to feed held in at the far point as a shot there by Howell. That deflects into the near corner. Trying to pull it away back there. Knapp had it. As now that lifted all the way outside the far circle. All the way back gathered. There's a shot that just goes over the crossbar into the near corner. Trying to dig it out is Evie Portinga. That's sent right back behind the Pioneer goal. Trying to lift it around. That fired all the way back by Hammond outside the far circle. Centering attempt that moved back to the high slot. Howell with it. Howell with a shot as getting a piece of it. Way Portinga. 50 seconds left in the power play as that puck brought all the way back to the far point. Held on there. Howell with a shot from the slot that deflects just to the near side. Evie Portinga in outside of the near circle. Whistle there. 37 seconds left to go in the power play to Livonia. 1:27 left to go here in the first. as we'll test a couple of our other hot spots at the intermission, see if we can get something else going here. So I carry 4 of them just for issues like this. 32 seconds left. Shipley takes it along the near Livonia. Shipley trying to move it ahead. That pulled in. Top of the near circle. Tipped back away. Grabbing it. Pioneer sweeps it in along the near boards. That fed back into the neutral zone. Racing back to get it is Shipley. Shipley outside the near circle. Stolen away. Shot by Eben. That goes into the near corner. 12 seconds left on the power play to Livonia as they come down the near boards. Racing ahead with it. Shipley gets it to center ice. That popped away from Breitbach. Comes back to the blue line. Now fed ahead. Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to fire it back deep. That loose right in front of the scorer's bench. Pioneer back to full strength. 45 seconds left to go here in the first. 2-0. Pioneer with the lead. Zoe Andrianopoulos underneath the near circle, bringing it ahead through her own zone. That knocked away. Hammond trying to knock it back. That brought in. Here comes Zoe Andrianopoulos. Onto the near circle. Zoe Andrianopoulos backhands it into the slot. There's a shot and a save by Penny. Beautiful job by Zoe Andrianopoulos to find Eben right on the edge of the far circle and fired that, and that tipped. And a good save by Penny. 2-0. Pioneer with the lead. 47.4 seconds left to go here at the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. We're so grateful for you watching wherever you are at. You have an audio broadcast. If you're driving somewhere, you don't have to have the video on the car, because that's not safe. Shot from the top of the far circle. Saved by Penny. Outside the near circle, trying to pull it away. Trying to dig it in there. Roberts trying to feed it. Now that grab as pulling it ahead. Manasala had it. Pulled back through. Now top of the far circle. Flynn with it. That tip back. Flynn with a shot that just goes wide to the far side. Back out trying to get to it. Over there is Henderson. The puck swept ahead, and that will do it for the first. At the end of 1, it is Pioneer 2 and Livonia United nothing, as we'll have a short intermission here, and then we will have we'll go right back into play as they only resurface the ice in high school girls hockey between the second and third periods, just in case you're used to like the boys hockey, where they resurface between the first and second, as well as the second and third period. So the women will just get some instruction from their coaching staff as we reset up to go into the second period here. See if we can get that up here. There we go, and hopefully that'll update the scoreboard. 2-0 Pioneer with the lead. 15 minutes up on the clock here going into the second period. Again, the winner here gets to play University of Liggett on Saturday, 10 a.m. here at Rink 1. See what we can do about trying to connect to, see if we can get into the press box and see if we can get some internet here. As we do appreciate the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League having this wonderful event here. It's been a couple years. The first time we called Pioneer Women's Hockey back in 2017, as we started with the boys hockey in 2016. I believe it was out here. And hopefully our internet will come right back. So it's nice to be in the big rink, though. We were in the smaller rinks out there. 15 minutes up on the clock. Face-off at center ice. Shikachi in to take the face-off. Stevens on the other side as that puck in along the near boards, trying to sweep it back. Hebben trying to put it back. That grabbed outside the near circle, now brought ahead. Here comes Breitbach. Breitbach gains the Pioneer zone. Breitbach, good poke check in along the near boards by Evie Portinga. Now knock it away, trying to grab it. That loose as Hebben had it. Now here comes Shikachi over on blue line. Shikachi through center ice, moves it over to Flynn, top of the far circle, as that's poked away as Roberts knocked it back. Livonia has it poked back, but Roberts trying to get it out of the zone. Held in at the far point by Evie Portinga. Battle with it right in along the far boards, trying to fire it back deep. That lifted all the way around as Shikachi puts it right back behind the goal. Roberts moves it over, now trying to bring it ahead as Stevens down the far boards. Held in by Jof at the blue line. Jof puts it outside the far circle. 14:09 left to go. Coming in, Jof races in. Good poke check back there by Penny to knock it away. The puck outside the near circle. Livonia lifts it all the way down the ice. That will be icing, though, and head right back into the Livonia end. 13:59 left to go here in the second. Two to nothing Pioneer with the lead. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle just to the left of Penny. Olivia Andrianopoulos in to take the face-off. As on the other side, and that was Knapp. Puck comes all the way back outside the far circle. Grabbed there by Grand. Grand centering attempt. Picked up by Edwards. Backhanded shot goes wide into the near corner. Picked up there by Knapp. Knapp coming down the near boards. Knapp trying to get it out of the zone. That swept all the way back into the Pioneer end. Racing back to get it is Estella Young. She puts it down the near boards. Edwards trying to peel it away, but that grab, Knapp has it right back behind the goal. Knapp underneath the far circle. Knapp looking for a place to center it up. Knapp trying to fire it back. Trying to get it ahead. Knapp right there, and now it lifted back into the neutral zone. Austin has it knocked away. Austin and Edwards squad. Here comes Andrianopoulos, top of the near circle. She's ridden off the puck as Howell has the puck in along the near. Back into the neutral zone. Coming ahead with it. Racing ahead. Top of the far circle. Excuse me. That's Monasala with it. Shot. That comes right back underneath it in along the near boards. Brought ahead with it. Back into the neutral zone. Here comes Zoe Andrianopoulos. Howell chips it right at the blue line as that puck brought in. Now Stevens has it in the high slot, heading the other direction. Stevens through center. Stevens gains the Pioneer zone. Top of the near circle with a shot that goes wide to the far side. Picked up back there by Howell. Howell, top of the far circle. That comes all the way back through the neutral zone, back into the Livonia zone. That will be icing. 12:30 left to go here in the second. 2-0 Pioneer with the lead. Face-off back in the Livonia zone. That will be to the left of Weiwei Portinga. Face-off in the far face-off circle. As Shikachi taking the face-off. Banks it ahead. That held in at the far point. Now tipped away as trying to hold it in back there was Henderson. Pioneer in along the near boards. It's that sent by Heba into the near corner. Picked up back there by Henderson. Henderson brings it back behind her own goal. Henderson down the far boards. Grabbed there by Gray. Back to the far point. Held in. Shot that stopped by Penny. Shot by Cundiff from the far point. And we'll have a face-off in the Livonia zone. 12:03 left to go here in the second. 2-0 Pioneer with the lead. Directly after this game, at approximately 8 o'clock, we will have the Northville Mustangs versus Troy United. The winner there will get to play Regina Lutheran North at 12 p.m. here on Saturday. Shikachi in to take the face-off versus Knapp. That puck back to the far point. Cundiff trying to fire it back. That knocked down by Howell out in front. Shot by Hebben. Save. Really good save there by Penny as that deflects back into center ice. Fired down the near boards by Cundiff. Outside the near circle, here comes Pioneer as that comes all the way back behind. Howell has it back behind her own goal, coming down the far boards. Howell trying to avoid pressure. Howell skates through the slot, now weaving through traffic over on blue line. Howell coming down through center. Howell gains his own. Top of the far circle with a shot and a save by Weiwei Portinga. The puck into the near corner, gathered up. Pioneer trying to dig it out of there, back into the near corner. Back there is Hammond trying to dig it out. That shot and covered up by Weiwei Portinga. 11:19 left to go here in the second. 2-0 Pioneer with the lead, trying to advance to play at 10 a.m. Saturday here in this Rink 1. Knapp in to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it, the puck into the near corner. Hammond with it there. And right out in front of the save by Weiwei Portinga. 11:11 left to go here in the second. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Weiwei Portinga's right. That puck comes all the way back into the neutral zone, collected by Roberts. Roberts over to Howell. Back cross-ice pass over to Roberts, who has it at her own blue line. Roberts ricochets it ahead. That grab by Olivia Andrianopoulos, knocked down. Roberts right back at her own blue line, trying to feed ahead. Olivia Andrianopoulos again back to the Livonia blue line. That tip back by Howell. Gathered up. Now here comes Edwards, who fires it deep. That banked off of the near boards. All the way back into the near corner. Howell has it spinning, trying to avoid pressure. Howell down the near boards of her own zone. Now Howell making a move, tip back, but Howell gets it away from Grand. She feeds it over to Roberts on the near boards. Gathered up there and fired ahead by Edwards as that will go all the way back deep into the Livonia zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos right underneath the near circle, trying to feed it out in front. That intercepted by Howell. The puck, Breitbach trying to get it out of the zone, held in by Edwards, top of the near circle. That deflected off of a puck. Breitbach has it. Breitbach trying to make a move. That back into the neutral zone. Grand trying to reset for Pioneer, as Pioneer has to touch up to avoid the delayed offsides, and then they fire it outside the far circle. Back in along the near boards of the neutral zone, racing ahead. Breitbach into the Pioneer zone. Shot top of the near circle, goes right back behind the Pioneer goal. Evie Portinga trying to get to it. Now that out in front. That'll come all the way over. Stevens with a shot that got deflected out in front. The puck moved down the near boards. Here comes Hebben. Hebben gains the Livonia zone. The near circle. Hebben trying to get it back. The puck in along the near boards now. That will be out of play. 9:39 left to go here in the second. This is the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. These are the play-in games. 2 games today. This Livonia United versus Pioneer happening now, and then as we said earlier, Northville versus Troy United happening right after this. Face-off in the near face-off circle, that to the left of Penny, as that puck right back behind, gathering it up, coming down the far boards, deflected back, loose on the far circle. Flynn trying to fire it back, that into the near corner. Hebben has it there. Hebben battling outside the near circle, centering attempt, that knocked down all the way outside the far circle, as chasing into the far corner. Stevens with it. Stevens trying to get it away from Flint. Stevens underneath the near circle, trying to get through traffic. Stevens down the near board. That puck through the neutral zone, sent across the way. Gray has it into the Pioneer zone. Gray centering attempt, grab. Stevens with a shot, that intercepted right out in front. Fired back as Cundiff with a good defensive play. All the way back deep. That was Joff. Into the far corner. Hebben trying to get to it. And pulled away. Stevens back there as well. Back outside the far circle. Now Livonia moves it into the neutral zone. As Joff brings it right back in. Firing it deep into the near corner. Joff has it underneath the back behind the goal. And deflects off of the far boards. Joff has it. Gray trying to pull that away. Now Stevens has it outside the far circle, back behind her own goal. Stevens from the far side to the near side. Stevens in along the near boards of her own zone, trying to make it move outside of into the neutral zone. Stevens outside pass. Gray that backed away. Flynn pulling it down the far boards. 8:20 left to go here in the second. 2-0 Pioneer with lead. Pulled back away by Hammond. Now loose at center. Hammond brings it ahead. That tipped back away by Chicago along the far board. Hammond recollects in the neutral zone. Gains zone. Hammond. Here comes Flynn in the direction. Flynn down the far board. Ricochet ahead. Chasing back to get it is Shipley. Now Bull racing down. Here comes Livonia. That's fired back deep by Knapp as the puck outside the far circle. Lifted right back into the neutral zone. And puck top of the near circle coming in. There's a shot and a save by Weiwei Portinga. Hammett with a good shot from the high slot. Top of the far circle. Controlled, tip away from Shipley. Back into the neutral zone. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the second. Fired back deep by Henderson. Zoe Andrianopoulos has it back behind her own goal underneath the far circle. Zoe Andrianopoulos fires it ahead. Here comes Grand down the far boards over center. Grand has that knocked away by Roberts. The puck down the far boards. Roberts trying to feed it ahead. Now coming in with it is Manasala. Has it back. Right at the blue line, twisting and turning with it is Henderson down the near boards. Henderson trying to get it deep into the Pioneer zone. 6:58 left to go. Puck down the far board, trying to fire it ahead. Olivia Andrianopoulos racing, icing waved off as that'll come right back behind the goal. Roberts has it down the near boards, trying to hold it in as Edwards outside the near circle. Puck to the near point. Now that lifted back to the blue line. Zoe Andrianopoulos has it there at her own blue line. Zoe Andrianopoulos up the near boards. That into Livonia zone, then brought right back The puck deflects. Zoe Andrianopoulos feeds it over to Olivia Andrianopoulos at center ice. Olivia Andrianopoulos gains the zone. Shot, off the pipe and cleared and along the near boards by Henderson. The puck into the slot. Olivia Andrianopoulos again with a shot. Another save by Penny goes into the far corner. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get it over to Edwards. That pulled away. Now sweeping ahead. Here comes Stevens. Stevens over center. Stevens gains the zone. Stevens in the slot. Shot. Just missed the top right-hand corner. 6 minutes left to go here in the second. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to poke it ahead. Here comes Grand. Grand battling back there with Stevens. The puck through the center ice. Comes in outside the near circle as Evie Portinga trying to get to it. Swept all the way around. Stevens outside the far circle. Back to the far point. Trying to bring it ahead. And shot deflects. Stevens on the far circle. Poked away. Loose top of the far circle. Now that deflected as Evie Portinga gets all the way back. Excuse me, that was Olivia Andrianopoulos. Now sent deep into the Livonia zone. Gathered up back there by Howell. Back in along the boards. The puck goes into the near corner. 5:22 left to go here in the second. 2-0. Pioneer with the lead. Puck back out to center ice. Racing to get it is Gray. Gray and Jof battling right in front of the scorer's box. Now brought ahead by Weisinger. Here comes. Racing in. As that grab, Jof with a shot as that deflected into the far corner. Flint trying to center it up. That pulled away, racing the other direction is here comes Knapp through center ice. Knapp gains the Pioneer zone. Knapp on the far circle, centering attempt. That poked away by Hebbing. Good defensive play. Held in, shot there. Deflects just into the near corner. Good shot by Howell. The puck lifted back to the blue line. Austin able to hold it in. Austin battling, trying to get it away from Flynn. Now here comes Shikachi. Shikachi gains the Livonia zone outside the far circle. Shikachi back behind, fires it right through the crease. That puck outside the near circle. Hebbin with it. Hebbin puts it into the near corner. That poked away. Howell trying to get to it. Now Austin off the side of the net. Hebbin with a shot and a goal. Pioneer makes it 3-0. Added 4:22. Pioneer takes the 3-0 lead. So I believe that was Hebbin with the goal. Face off right at center ice. 4:22 left to go. Is that back to the blue line? Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to move it ahead. Puck brought in, top of the far circle. Shot there, covered up. As that was Grand with the shot.
Let's go, LU!
Face off in the far face-off circle. That puck back to the blue line. Zoe Andrianopoulos holding it in. Zoe Andrianopoulos outside the far circle with the Andrianopoulos. Right out in front and a save by Penny. 4:05 left to go here in the second. Face off in the far face-off circle. That to Penny's left. Grabbed. Top of the far circle. Put back by Jof into the far corner. Now trying to pull it ahead. That's sent by... right back into the neutral zone by Shipley. Back to the blue line. Jof with it. Here comes Pioneer. Bringing it ahead is Edwards. Edwards has that knocked away by Henderson. Now trying to get it in along the near boards is Tallman. Puck outside the near circle. Trying to dig it away. Comes back to the blue line. Tip back into the neutral zone. Trying to move it ahead. Racing. And sent all the way back in as Manasala had it. Outside the far circle. Now that tipped right back as Shipley races back to get it. Gathered up back behind the goal, coming down the near boards. Here comes Stevens. Stevens gets it into the neutral zone. Joe fires it right back into the Livonia end. 3:18 left to go. 3-0. Pioneer with the lead. Puck back behind the goal. Now that brought ahead by Henderson. Henderson underneath the near circle puts it down the near boards. Through the neutral zone. Racing ahead with it. Tallman trying to get to it. The puck all the way back on the near circle. Ricocheted. Pioneer trying to move it out of the zone. Battle for it outside the near circle. Tallman trying to get to it. All the way back into center. Shipley has it at her own blue line. Shipley down the far boards. That deflected back. Now here comes Knapp. Knapp gains the Pioneer zone. Knapp top of the far circle. Comes over to the near circle. Knapp trying to make a move. That shot got deflected out in front. Grand with some good good defense. Knapp chasing it now. Gray has it outside the far circle. Gray back to the far point. Shipley trying to hold it in. That pulled ahead. Here comes Pioneer. Olivia Andrianopoulos over center. Swept away. Good defense by Roberts as the puck in along the near boards. Now into the near corner. Shipley with it there. 2:24 left to go here in the second. Grabbing it. Here comes Shikachi. Right at center ice. Down the far board. Shikachi. And that will be offsides the call with 2:16 left to go here in the second. .216 left to go here in the second from Big Boy Arena. It's the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. Face-off outside the far face-off circle. 3-0 Pioneer with the lead. 2:13 left to go here in the second. Racing back. Roberts has it in along the end boards. Roberts back behind her own goal. And chip by Shikachi. The puck outside the near circle. Hebben trying to get to it. Back in along the neutral zone. Sent right back in by Zoe Andrianopoulos as Pioneer retouches. Howell comes down the far boards over the far circle. Howell feeds it back into the neutral zone. Collected, now trying to move it ahead, racing in along the near boards. That picked up by Shikachi. Shikachi trying to get through traffic. That puck top of the far circle as Howell fires it all the way back deep into the Pioneer zone. 1:40 left to go here in the second. 3-0 Pioneer with the lead. Shikachi trying to bring it ahead. Zoe Andrianopoulos gets it, that back out to center. Now fired back in along the near boards of the Pioneer zone. Hebben has it there over her own blue line. Hebben trying to steer through traffic, knocked away by Knapp. As that puck, battle for it right in front of the Pioneer bench. Trying to dig back there, a quartet of players. Now Shikachi trying to move it into Livonia zone. That puck, Shikachi, there's a shot and a save by Penny. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go here in the second. 3-0 Pioneer with the lead. As it was Olivia Andrianopoulos starting off the scoring at 12:35 in the first. Shikachi scored at 7:18 in the first, and then at 4:22 it was Hebben with the score for Pioneer. That puck right back behind the goal coming down the far boards as Livonia has it, racing back. Austin trying to pull it away. Manasala had it. Good save back there by Penny. Puck right back on the far circle. Coming in with it. There's a shot that goes just wide. Trying to pull it away. Olivia Andrianopoulos into the near corner. All the way back. Racing back to get it. Into the Pioneer zone is Joff. Right back behind the Pioneer goal. And pulled back. Manasala had it into the far corner. Hammond with it there. Hammond trying to fire it out in front. That deflects back behind the Pioneer goal. Joff down the near boards. 27 seconds left in the second. We should get a nice resurfacing between the second and third periods. Racing all the way back to get it. Edwards into the near corner of the Livonia zone. Edwards back behind the goal. Puts it into the slot as that pulled back away. Austin heading the other direction through center ice as that is put back deep into the Pioneer zone. Right back behind. Back behind Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. And underneath the far circle. As that will do it for the second. At the end of two, it is Pioneer 3 and Livonia United nothing. Will looks like we'll get ice resurfacing here, so we'll step away. We'll play a little music, and we will be right back. You're watching the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. we are at the second intermission here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, where it is Pioneer with the 3-0 lead over Livonia United in the first game of the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. Taking a look at what is coming up at the playoff overview, or as a matter of fact, let's just get over to the schedules and results. If you go to MGHSHL.org, you can find all the information about this playoff. So later tonight at about 8 p.m. or so will be Troy United versus Northville. And then on Saturday, the winner of this game will face off at 10 a.m. versus Livonia Liggett. And we'll be right back as taking a look here on Skyline. We'll play at 10:15 versus Grosse Pointe at noon. It will be a play-in game between Northville and Troy United versus Regina Lutheran North. That will be in Rink 1. At 12:15 on Saturday, Plymouth Canton Salem plays Walled Lake. That will be in Rink 3. At 2 o'clock, Grosse Pointe North and St. Mary's SCA will play here at Rink 1. That will be a 2 p.m. game. At 2:15, Mid-Michigan Alliance in Traverse City will play at Rink 3. This all Saturday. 4 o'clock on Saturday, it will be Mercy versus Cranbrook Kingswood here in Rink 1. And at 4:15, that will be Sacred Heart versus Washington United in Rink 3. We plan on broadcasting all those. We'll have 2 teams out here for all those games. Then on Wednesday, the 6th, it will be a game here at Rink 1 at 6 o'clock. For the Division II winners, 6:15 for the Division I winners, 8 o'clock for the second set of Division II winners, and 8:15 for the second set of Division II winners. That on March 6th. Saturday, March 9th, the 2 games will be Division II State Championship at 10 a.m. at USA Hockey Arena, and then at 2 o'clock it will be the Division I Championship. So we are just about to get underway. Pioneer coming back out. Livonia will be out here. Again, forgive us, we're fighting the internet here a little bit, and we'll see if I can get some time. I'll download and re-upload a copy of the game that we record directly from our encoder. So we'll try and upload that afterwards. But we do our best with 4 different hotspots to try and get as much internet as we can. And, well, it's the reason why I have all the gray hair I have. But I've earned every single one of them. We are supremely lucky to be bringing you all these games from these amazing players and these amazing teams who don't get anywhere near the love they deserve. It's a fantastic school, and we're excited to see it just grow ever more here in Michigan. So 3 Michigan teams actually going out to the ACHA Nationals as Michigan Dearborn, Adrian, and University of Michigan all going out to the Nationals ACH hockey. So some players at the next level getting to play at the Nationals happening in St. Louis coming up in a couple weeks. 15 minutes up on the clock as we're getting ready to go. 3-0. Pioneer with the lead. As everyone's stretching out, getting ready to go for this all-important third period. Again, winner gets to play University of Liggett. 10 a.m. Saturday here in Rink 1. We'll have that game for you right on ArborBroadcasting.com. Also try and put it on the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League socials. As we're getting ready for puck drop. Again, your goal scorers, Livia Andrianopoulos scored at 12:35 in the first. Then it was Shikachi scoring for Pioneer at 7:16 in the first. Then at 4:22, it was Hebbett scoring for Pioneer. Again, shortly thereafter this, it might not be right at 8 o'clock, will be Northville versus Troy United, the Division II play-in game. So if you're waiting for that game, we should have that coming up in just a few, just after this period and a little resurfacing. Shikachi in to take the face-off. On the other side is Knapp, and we're getting ready to go for the third period. As that puck back, Howell has it down the near boards, tipped away, trying to bring it in was Flynn. Back to center, brought back deep into the Livonia zone. Stopped there by Penny, and it'll be a face-off in the Livonia end. 14:50 left to go here in the third. 3-0 Pioneer with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Shikachi back in there, trying to pull it away from Knapp. That puck on the far circle. Hammond has it. Hammond coming ahead with it. Hammond feeds it down. That tipped. Coming back with it. Monasala has it outside the near circle. Trying to get it back. Puck still loose back to the near point. Trying to hold it in. As trying to drift back into center. Trying to fire it back is Howell. That up into the Pioneer bench. And we'll have a puck drop in the face-off circle just outside of the Pioneer zone. 14:29 left to go here in the third. Leandro take the face off versus Knapp. There's that puck right to center, trying to sweep it deep and loose, bringing it in. There's a shot by Knapp that just goes to the wide side. Portinga getting a glove on it and freezing it. 14:20 left to go here in the third. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Portinga's left. Stevens in to take the face-off for Livonia. Olivia Andrianopoulos on the other side for Pioneer. That puck right through the crease. That shot off the side. And no, they put it in. That's a goal. Livonia United scores at 14-16 here in the third. As the goal by Breitbach. So it's 3-1. Livonia United cutting the Pioneer lead down by 2, bringing it ahead, trying to get it right at center ice. That chip by Edwards, picked up, fired the other direction by Stevens, back into the Pioneer zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos gets it back into center ice. Shipley at her own blue line, deflects it off the near boards, back into the Pioneer end. Gathered up there outside the near circle. Gray trying to chase it down. That puck down in along the near boards. Now Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. Gray banks it off the far boards, right in the center. Puck outside the far circle. Andrianopoulos gets it back in. Now Stevens trying to pull off of the far boards as the quartet of people trying to dig it out of there. Austin in there as well, trying to peel it off the boards. Now they fire back by Stevens back into the far corner. 13:32 left to go. Puck back behind. Cundiff has it underneath her far circle. Puck chipped right back behind Portinga. Gathered up there. Now coming ahead with it down the near boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to feed it ahead. That puck right through the slot, comes just to the near side, into the near corner. Stevens with it there, trying to dig it out. Back to the near point. Livonia holding it in there. And outside the near circle, Shipley trying to feed it into the slot. Pulled down. Here comes Pioneer as that fed ahead by Grand. Now right at and along the near boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to poke it ahead. That puck still loose right at center. Here comes Stevens. Stevens over the blue line. Gains the Pioneer zone. Stevens on the far circle. Put into the far corner. Zoe Andrianopoulos back behind her own goal. Into the near corner it comes. Trying to feed it out in front was Manasala. That puck right back behind the Pioneer goal. 12:36 left to go. 3-1. Livonia's cut the lead to 2. As trying to get it. Cundiff now underneath the near circle. Manasala back to Shipley at the near point. Shipley outside the near circle. That deflects and covered up by Portinga. Right on the doorstep was Hammond waiting for a rebound. 3-1. Pioneer with the lead. 12:24 left to go. But it was Breitbach who cut into the Pioneer lead right at 14-16, less than a minute in the third period. Knapp in to take the face-off. As that puck gathered, Shikachi taking the face-off right back behind. Joe has it underneath the far circle, trying to feed ahead. Tipped, held in by Livonia. Now spinning with it. Manasala has it, top of the near circle, into the near corner. Manasala back behind the Pioneer goal, underneath the far circle, trying to feed it out in front. And tipped back as Shikachi trying to knock it away. Now grabbed underneath as Tallman has it, pulled away, banked off the near boards as Manasala trying to pull it in. And tipped by Hammond, trying to get back into the zone. And deflects all the way in along the far boards, coming ahead with his head outside the far boards, trying to Poke it away as Hammond. Loose now pulled into Livonia's zone. Flynn has it. To protect that, poke away, but Flynn gets it back outside the near circle. Flynn trying to center it up. Puck loose. Now that puck right through the slot, bringing it away. Here comes Livonia United. They bank it ahead. Grab, knocked right back by Zoe Andrianopoulos, the center. Pioneer fires it back deep as 11:23 left to go here in the first. 3-1, Pioneer with the lead. Puck into the near corner, now brought back underneath the near circle. Trying to bring it ahead is Stevens. Stevens weaves through her own blue line. Stevens over center. Stevens races into the Pioneer zone, top of the far circle, and a shot and a score. And it is 3-2 now. As Stevens put it in, that at 11:07. Stevens with the goal from Livonia United, and it is now a one-goal game at 11:07. 2 goals in the first 4 minutes, and Livonia has made this a game. Face off right at center, the puck in along the far boards, racing back to get it down the far boards. Jof has it, Jof trying to chip it away. Brought back into Livonia's zone, delayed offsides, Pioneer has to retouch. Coming down, here comes Hal through center ice. Hal gains his own. Hal fires it, that tip by Weiwei Portinga in along the near boards. Cundiff has it back behind her own goal. Cundiff poked back, trying to get to it into the near corner. In along the near boards, Pioneer trying to dig it outside the near circle. Now coming ahead with it is Grand. Grand down the near boards, the neutral zone. Feeds it. That ricochets off the far boards deep. As picking it up back there. Shot. Ooh, just right through the crease by Edwards. Comes back down the near boards. Looking ahead. Here comes Stevens. Stevens into the Pioneer zone. Stevens outside the near circle. Stevens trying to cut through. Taken away by Ortega. Joe has it back behind roll. That's set in along the far boards. Now puck loose. And picked up. Here comes Pioneer coming down the far boards with it. Racing into the zone is Jof into the far corner. Knocked away, controlled by Howell the other direction. Howell down the far boards, held in at the far point by Olivia Andrianopoulos. Loose, now picked up, coming the other direction is Hammond. Hammond down the far boards, battle for it right in front of the scorer's bench. Hammond comes away with it, collision as Cundiff trying to knock it away. Here comes Grand the other direction. Grand over center, puts it back deep as she's trying to get to that puck before Austin on the near circle, or on the far circle, covered up by Penny. 9:36 left to go here in the third. 3-2. Pioneer with the lead, but 2 goals by Livonia United here in the third, and it's a 1-goal game. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Shikachi in to take the face-off for Pioneer. As they're talking about making sure they have who they need out on the ice. As that snap in to take the face-off on the other side, Shikachi in that far face-off circle, that to Penny's left. Puck outside the far circle, trying to pull it away, back to the far point, held in by Zoe Andrianopoulos as it goes right back behind Penny. Gathered up there by Henderson. Henderson goes back underneath, back behind from the near side of the far side. Feeds ahead to Hammond. Hammond over her own blue line. Hammond coming down the far boards, gains the Pioneer zone. Hammond outside the far circle. Now that puck loose, knocked all the way back as that'll go all the way down into Livonia zone. That'll be icing and head back into the Pioneer end. Now with high school, you can change on an icing, so you can get a line change. In college and in professional, you cannot. You cannot change if you ice the puck. So it can be advantageous to do so in high school hockey if you can get a line change. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's the Weiwei Portinga's right. Olivia Andrianopoulos in to take the face-off. On the other side is Stevens. That puck in along the far boards. Held in by Howell. Howell with the shot that deflected in center outside the near circle. Racing back to get it. Battle for it outside the near circle. Trying to pull that away. Comes to the blue line now. Helped ahead. Here comes Edwards. Edwards down the far boards. Edwards knocked off the puck by Stevens. Now come right back to the Pioneer blue line. Jof has it there. Jof trying to avoid pressure by Breitbart. And Breitbart scored the first goal for Livonia. That back up to the Livonia zone. Roberts down the near boards. Roberts right at the blue line. Get it ahead. That flat by Breitbart. outside the far circle. 8:28 left to go here in the third. Jove underneath the far circle, fires it all the way around the boards. It rims back into the neutral zone. Now go all the way back into the Livonia zone. That will come icing all the way back into the Pioneer end with 8:17 left to go. 3-2, Pioneer with the lead, but 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. In first 4 minutes of the third has it a 1-goal game. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to the left of Wewe Portinga is it's Knapp versus Shikachi in to take the face-off. As that right into the slot, knocked away by Jof. Now trying to get it as Cundiff into the near corner. Shikachi trying to get to it. 8:13, inadvertent whistle, as that'll cause a face-off. Not sure what happened as the clock is counting down. As they're going to have to stop that and reset the clock. As those are not easy scoreboards to use, and it's normally volunteers helping out with the scoreboard, so it'll be the official going in and trying to help out as they'll try and get that going. I'll try and get that clock reset. We do appreciate everyone who volunteers working here to help these playoffs happen, and the whole number of people who help out. We are very grateful to all of them for all of their hard work, allowing us to have these playoffs here. 8:12 left to go here in the third. 3-2, Pioneer with the lead. Livonia United, 2 goals, and there's a shot saved by Wewe Portinga. As getting an opportunity right out in front. That was Hammett who got the puck. Wewe Portinga with a huge save there to keep it a 1-goal game. It's off to Wewe Portinga's left in the near face-off circle. And pulled away, coming ahead with it. And puck in along the near boards. Joe had it. That pulled right back. Here comes Knapp on the near circle, deflected into the far corner. Trying to pull it away outside the far circle with it. Here comes Pioneer. Through Sunrise, coming down the boards with the Shikachi. Shikachi into the zone, into the slot, trying to get it to Flynn. That poked away. The puck on the far circle, brought right back behind by Howe. Howe underneath the far circle. Howe goes back behind, picked up Pioneer, trying to poke it in. The puck underneath the near circle grab. Now Shikachi. As it flipped back, here comes Livonia down the near boards, trying to feed it out as Manasala gets it into the neutral zone. Fired right back into Livonia zone, now pulling it up the far boards is Knapp. Knapp feeds it ahead. That slips all the way back into the Pioneer zone, but that will be icing with 7:19 left to go here in the third. 3-2, Pioneer with the 1-goal lead. Face-off in the far, face-off circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos in, taking the face-off. Stevens on the other side. The puck outside the far circle. Edwards with a centering attempt, knocked down by Breitbach. Loose and into the neutral zone. Evie Portinga has it, moves it over to Grand, down the near boards. Grand lifting it back deep into the near corner. Shipley chases it back behind. It goes into the far corner. Austin with it there. Austin backhands it down ahead to Breitbach. Breitbach right to the blue line, held in by Zoe Andrianopoulos, trying to get it over to Grand outside the near circle. Grand going into the near corner, trying to pull it away. Gray back there to knock it down as that puck still loose underneath the near circle. Grand trying to get to it. That lifted all the way down the neutral zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos chases it back, but that will be icing. And that will head all the way back right into Livonia zone. Again, fired from the wrong side of center ice. 6:39 left to go here in the third. 3-2, Pioneer with the lead. But it is a 1-goal game. Face-off, that is going to be to Penny's right in the near face-off circle. Shikachi in to take the face-off. Stevens on the other side. As that puck loose on the near circle. To get to it. Now Shikachi outside the near circle. That comes back into, held in near point by Pioneer. Racing back to get it. Roberts back behind their own goal. Roberts coming down the far boards. That tip right back into the neutral zone. Gathered up there. Now trying to move it ahead is Cundiff. Pumped down now. Loose in along the near boards. Shikachi trying to send it ahead. Cundiff had it. That tipped off of his skate. Now brought all the way back into the far corner. Pulled around by Henderson. Henderson back behind her own goal. tipped right back. Loose, now brought ahead. Fired all the way by Breitbach into the neutral zone. Now lifted right back behind Penny, in deep in the Livonia zone, underneath the near circle. That puck outside the near circle. Flynn with it. Flynn going from the near side to the far side, back behind the goal. Flynn underneath the far circle, trying to make a move, pinned against the boards. That poked as 3 Livonia players trying to dig that away from Flynn. Comes outside, centering attempt, that knocked down, still loose as a good save by Penny. Pioneer holding it in as Jove holds it in at the near point. Now that fired all the way back deep into the Pioneer zone. Jove has it right at her own blue line. Cundiff behind her. Jove over center. Jove trying to fire it back deep. That poke back into the neutral zone. Now trying to pull it in. The puck right along the blue line. Deflected off the near circle. Now bringing it ahead is Manasala. Manasala moves it over to Hammond. Hammond top of the far circle. Shot just goes wide into the near corner. Manasala with a centering attempt. Goes into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there. Back trying to pull it away is Knapp there as well. Evie Portinga trying to dig it out, right out in front. Oh, that puck just goes to the far side. Trying to pull it away back there is Hebben. Hebben underneath the far circle, coming down the far boards. Livonia United showing a lot of grit in this third period to get it down to a 1-goal game. Now there's a shot. Knapp, that deflects outside the far circle. Picked up there by Knapp underneath the far circle. Knapp sends it top of the far circle, but Jove with it. Jove trying to get it away from Austin. Comes all the way back into center ice. Hammond has it at her own blue line for Livonia United. Flynn back there providing pressure. Right at center, trying to dig out of there is Hebben. And pulled ahead by Knapp. Loose. Here comes Pioneer into the zone. Flynn has it poked back away, right back to center ice. Now coming the other direction is Howe. Howe feeds it ahead, trying to move it over to Shipley. Now pulled in. Here comes Flynn. Flynn, top of the far circle with a shot. Sticked into the near corner by Penny. Picked up there. Outside the near circle, quickly ahead. Racing, here comes Hammond. Hammond trying to get it over to Manansala, as that will be offsides. 3:54 left to go. Again, the other game, if you're looking for the Northville versus Troy United, that will get going shortly after this game. Puck right at center ice, brought back, coming down the far boards. Henderson fires it deep down the far boards into the Pioneer zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos gathers it underneath her own near circle. Zoe Andrianopoulos down the near boards. She's trying to get it out of the zone. That ahead. Now Olivia Andrianopoulos right at center ice. Olivia Andrianopoulos gains the zone. Good job to try and knock it away by Shipley. Loose. There's a shot from the top of the near circle and a save by Penny. 3:29 left to go here in the third. 3-2, Pioneer with the lead. Line change for Pioneer. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And in the Livonia United zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos in to take the face-off. Knapp on the other side. Puck, top of the far circle. Jove trying to fire it back deep. Now Shikachi outside the far circle. Control back behind Livonia United as Howell has it. Now Howell gets it back. Coming down the near boards. Howell over own blue line. Howell over center. Howell gains the Pioneer zone. There's a shot stopped by Weiwei Portinga. Jove picks it up back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. Trying to feed it. Held in at the far point by Roberts. Now deflected to the blue line. Pioneer gets it back into the neutral zone. 3 minutes left to go. The puck in along the near boards. Pioneer by a goal. Grand trying to fire it back deep as it deflects off the dasher and covered up by Penny. That's a lively dasher as it deflected right back to the near side of the goal. Penny wisely and alertly covers it up. 2:51 left to go here in the third. 3-2 is our score. Pioneer would love to get another goal just to get a little breathing room here. Livonia United trying to get 3 straight goals in the third to tie this game up and see what happens from there. Little tape got caught on the stick, so they'll get that taken care of. Shikachi in to take the face off. That's Stevens on the other side. That puck top of the near circle. Pioneer trying to hold it in into the near corner. Flynn chasing it. 2:45 left to go. Pull back behind. Sent outside the far circle. Shikachi trying to get to it. Battling Roberts there. Now pulled ahead as that right back into center by Breitbach. Loose right in front of the scorer's bench. Tip back. Flynn trying to bring it in. Pioneer gains the zone into the slot. That pulled away by Stevens in along the near boards. 2:24 left to go here in the third. Pioneer holds it in. Gray trying to dig it off of the near boards. Sent right back to center. Grabbed by Cundiff. Cundiff sends it down the far boards. That tipped. Back deep. Roberts has it. Top of the far circle of her own zone. Roberts over to Stevens. Stevens trying to lift it down the ice. Jof has it just in front of her own blue line, trying to avoid pressure by Breitbach. Jof down the far boards, feeds it into Livonia zone. Under 2 minutes left to go. Bringing the puck ahead is Howell, knocked away, loose. Turning with it is Hebben. Hebben down the far boards, deflects it ahead. Stolen by Roberts. Roberts trying to fire it back deep. The puck loose, trying to get it ahead is Stevens deep into the Pioneer zone. 1:42 left to go as Zoe Andrianopoulos back behind her own goal. Coming down the near boards, Pioneer 3, Livonia United 2, the puck into the neutral zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to bring it ahead. 1 minute 30 seconds left to go. That pulled down the near boards. Here comes Hammond with it outside just in front of the Livonia bench. Flynn trying to knock it away. Shikachi trying to knock it away. And pull back right over. Monticello gets it to Hammond. Hammond gains the zone. Trying to make her deflect it back. 1 minute 10 seconds left to go in the third. 3-2. Pioneer with the lead. Livonia gains the zone. Livonia. Howell has it into the slot. That tipped away back. Trying to skip through. Loose. And a whistle. That will be a face-off. That will be in the far face-off circle. Timeout called with 58.6 seconds left to go. Face-off will be in the Pioneer zone. Livonia United down by 1, trying to get this game tied up and go to overtime. Pioneer trying to hold on and win this game with less than a minute left to go. What is on the line is advancing to play University Liggett on Saturday, 10 a.m. here at the Rink 1 at Big Boy Arena, formerly Fraser's Hockeyland. It's been a good game so far. Pioneer started off the scoring in the first at 12:35 as it was Olivia Andrianopoulos. Then at 7:16, Shikachi scored to make it 2-0. In the second at 4:22, it was Hebben scoring for Pioneer to make it 3-0. But in the fourth at 4:16, it was Breitbach who cut it the lead down to 2. And then at 11:07, it was a goal by Stevens to make it 3-2. And that's where we stand with 58.6 seconds left. Both teams talking things over. Neither team wants their season to end in the next minute, so they're going to battle. They're going to continue to work hard and try and get this game won. Good crowd out here for opening play-in games. 8 games coming up on Saturday, so if you can, make sure you come on down. Should be some great, great hockey happening here on Saturday, and both these two teams hope to be a part of it. Face-off, that to Weiwei Portinga's right in the far face-off circle. Following this game, shortly thereafter, will be the Northville versus Troy United game. The goalie has been pulled from Livonia United. Empty goal to our left, the puck right in front. Weiwei Portinga covers it up. 54.5 seconds left to go here in the third. Again, an empty net to our left. They pull Penny for the extra attacker. But it is not a power play, so Pioneer cannot ice the puck. But they can shoot it to empty net. That puck right through the slot, trying to knock it down in the far circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. She's in the far corner, trying to lift it ahead. That puck all the way down the ice. But that will be icing, and it will come back. The difficulty when it's not a power play, but they've pulled the goalie, is you can shoot the puck down, but it's still icing because it's even strength. 42.8 seconds left to go. Face-off again in the far face-off circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos versus Stevens in the face-off. Huge face-off. Everyone counts big here as that puck loose on the far circle, trying to pull it away into the far corner and trying to get it across. 4 players trying to dig it out of the boards. 32 seconds left to go. Still trying to dig it out of there. As trying to go down as Olivia Andrianopoulos goes down on the ice. 26.1 seconds left to go. as the Northville-Troy United game will occur shortly after this game. 26.1 seconds left to go. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That puck, high slot coming in as that knocked down. Howell trying to get to it, still held in onto the far circle, right through the slot. Flynn lifts it. That goes down the ice. 13 seconds left to go. 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Livonia United coming down the far boards. Howell has it with 7 seconds left to go. 6 seconds left. That tip down the near boards. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. And Pioneer advances. A battle as Livonia United played very well and played their guts out, but Pioneer able to hold on in the waning moments. And it is 3-2. Pioneer with the lead, and they will play 10 o'clock versus University of Liggett here at Rink 1. So Pioneer gets the win. As I want to thank my camera person, James Wiseman. My name is Mark Wiseman. We're going to stop the broadcast. We'll be right back with Northville versus Troy United in just a few minutes. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your evening.